So it's possible that you've seen on some of my other thumbnails that I have some nice little pointer arrows on them. You may have asked where I got them. The answer, of course, is I did not get them anywhere. I like to make things from scratch wherever I can, including my pointer arrows. So I was just going to show you how I made those. That way, if you want to make pointer arrows for your own YouTube thumbnails, you can do it. So I like, of course, GIMP the best. So if you don't already have GIMP, be sure to Google search it. You can do a lot of wonderful things with it, and it's free. So we've already got an image, a YouTube thumbnail background, and I'm just going to, for fun, just place down a random object. Let's see, let's make it red. Now suppose we're going to be pointing to that star for any good reason. Now what you want to do, select any paintbrush, maybe one of these work fine. I seem to really like that one for some reason. And what we're going to do is come and create a new layer above that one. And then basically where all this magic happens is with this tool right here. I call it the lasso tool. And this is where you'll go and draw your thumbnail. Now suppose you have your text right here that says something like awesome star. You can start to draw your arrow. And you could do a simple one or a really complicated one depending on what you want it to look like. And you start to draw it out. And the reason why this is nice is I'm going to mess up here on purpose. So suppose I do that. Okay, but I have to, before I finish it off by clicking that, if I made a mistake with the arrow and it doesn't look good, you can always click and drag these to the point where you do like them. Yeah, that looks pretty close. And it doesn't have to be exact, that will do fine. Then you can close it off. Cha-ching! Now, I'm going to show you, of course, my favorite type. And when you're doing my favorite type, which I think looks best, you always start with this first layer being black. Solid black. And go ahead and fill that in. Alright. Now, let's go click. New layer. Okay, so we're going to color on top of that one. Then we get to choose our pointer color. Now, the best colors are typically red, yellow, and green. And the reason is because they have different mood effects, specifically red and yellow being the best. You can do other colors, blue, purple, whatever you want, but typically these are the colors you want to stick closest with. Red and yellow first, sometimes green, and sometimes blue. We're going to do yellow since we have a red star. We're going to choose yellow just so there's contrast. And you choose a dark yellow. And you color over it again. Then you go select, shrink, and shrink it some, and you get to just guess. 4, let's do a little more. Select, let's do more than 4. Let's try 6. Yeah, good enough. Alright, 6. Now this is where we do a lighter yellow. So we have light yellow, one color, and then the other color in the back you want white. And then you click your gradient tool right here. Oh, I did that backwards. Typically you want your brightest color, your white, to be closer to the tip of the arrow. So I'm going to do it the opposite way. Now, where you click and drag changes the gradient. I'm going to show you, see this a little bit. Huge contrast. It basically means between this region and this region is where those two maximum ranges happen. The yellow and the white. And that's why if you do it this far like this, it changes it, or the direction changes it. So I just like to do somewhere in the middle, just so there's white right there and yellow right there. Alright, then you go select none, and we've got our arrow right there. Then we can click and drag that layer, and then we click the black in the background right there, so it's a shadow. And we can, if we need to move that black, we can move it a little bit, and just move it around until it looks nice. Maybe right about there, and then call it done. And see, now we have a nice looking arrow. Of course, actually this one looks kind of goofy. I'll do another one really fast just so you can kind of see what a typical normal arrow looks like. So let's go through the process again. Maybe we'll make this one green. Okay, let's just do a normal looking arrow. And again, we have time to click and drag to make it look better. And it's important to know that it does not have to be exact. If you're trying to get everything exactly parallel to the other side to mirror it, don't worry about it, you just don't need to. That was kind of funny. Alright, choose our black. New layer. Now let's do green, make it dark. Select shrink 6, let's make it a brighter green. Do our gradient. Oh, I actually think I should do more gradient than that. Yeah, that's good enough. Select none. Then click and drag so we get a shadow. And there we have our arrow. See, we have 2 fun looking arrows just like that. Especially, you know, when the thumbnail's smaller, those arrows really stand out and they look great. And that's all I do. It's really simple and it's fun to do. It really enhances the looks of your thumbnails. Well, that's all I've got to show you, and hope that helps. Okay guys, bye.